Alright, everybody, so today I'm sharing with you all my review of the latest release from DC Animation and Warner Brothers, Batman Soul of the Dragon. And everyone, I, I, I do have to say yes. The title for Batman Soul of the Dragon is in fact kind of a little bit misleading because yes, people are right. But but Batman in the movie is just kind of there to make sure Sheba and Ben and Richard can just basically stay together. But basically, guys, the movie starts out with Richard breaking into the Cobra Foundation's penthouse in France. Because, guys, Richard, Sheba, Ben, and of course Bruce are all former students of this wise old man named Old Sensei. And what ends up happening, guys, is is it is actually an old enemy of Old Sensei, in the form of one of his own students, Rip, who I'm just going to say Rip because I can't remember Rip's last name already. So basically, guys, Rip, Sheba, Batman, Ben, and Richard Dragon, and this weird person named Jade, were all students of O Sensei, and basically, guys, that they all each came to O Sensei for one specific reason or another. Bruce's was to obviously try and find some way to get the training he needed to stop evil and Gotham from ever happening again. Ben's reason, aka Bronze Tigers, well, it is to control Ben's infinite anger. And Sheba, Richard, and Rip are all this just there, I think, to learn basic martial arts. And O Sensei each individually gives Sheba this weapon called the Soul Breaker to guard, and everybody is always curious about why this one room in O Sensei's basically secret training Shangri-La type of setting, I'll name it Landra Pergret, I think is the name. And this one room, simply known as the gate, is always off limits because it actually secretly holds the spirit of this demon named Naga. And one day, basically, Rip basically reveals to O Sensei and the rest of the group that that he was called but by the original organization of Cobra, which believed that 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 each one of them is the avatar necessary to bring Naga into this world. And so one day Rip decides to kill Osente student Jade, and because basically, guys, to to open up the gate to free Naga, but the gate requires a human sacrifice to open and shut the gate. Um, so 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 after Rip foolishly sacrifices himself in the name of his um, evil Emperor God Naga, uh, Naga is almost released right then and there, but Osente actually ends up going into the gate himself to ensure Naga does not get released. Basically, guys, that's what the rest of the story is about. Richard is basically the one who finds out that the newest chosen one, Jeffrey Berg, who who Bronze Tiger actually encountered after he swore a vow to vowed to take out who was ever behind control, behind Cobra, and basically avenge their sensei. And Bronze was actually very successful because not only did he use his anger to basically beat up Bruce because Bruce stole some of Ben's rice, and Ben didn't like that. um, but but he's the one that actually saw Jeff as a young child, but couldn't bring himself to take Jeffrey out because he was just that, a kid, and that's something that would have gone against old Sensei's memory. So basically, guys, I do realize I just gave away the bulk of the story here, but basically the gist of the movie is Richard finds out that a new generation of Cobra with Jeffrey all grown up, and this snake man called shit Shaken Faust had basically gotten the hold of the gate that holds Naga, and they have actually gotten a Soul Breaker from Sheba, who is actually one of Gotham's new organized crime bosses. But Batman up to date has not had the courage to deal with her yet. But make no mistake, guys. Even though Shaken Faust and some of Jeffrey's other men do manage to take Soul Breaker away from Sheba, she is actually the most gifted of all old Sensei students because she is basically a master of hand-to-hand combat, and she can target all of the human body's most crucial points, and 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 literally take you out like that without any weapons. And so yeah, basically, guys, I, that's Shiva's role in this. Like I said, Rip and Jade are 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 are, are just basically there to be the ones to make O Sensei have to sacrifice themselves. And originally, Bruce is kind of re, re, resistant to help Richard, and until he finds out that they've gotten the older brigade, because once again, because of Bruce's unwillingness to be open with his newest girlfriend Silver, he's ended again in a poor relationship. But it's because, and eventually after Batman and Richard have gathered Sheba and Ben, um, and all the memories of old Sensei right up until the end, when a secret twist is revealed. But I will get to that in a minute. Sensei even tries to tell Bruce that 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 just like a rock that he tells all of his faithful students to try and break. You're probably never truly going to be able to break this rock, just like, unfortunately, how how along the way in real life you can probably never truly prevent all bad things from happening to real people. So anyway, guys, again, Richard is kind of the one that is the driving force within the group, because he's the one that convinces Bruce to get everybody back together. In fact, Richard actually calls Batman's costume kind of like a Halloween costume, and that's another interesting thing about this movie. Bruce is actually only in his Batman suit for probably about 3 sections of this movie, and yes, again, that does signify that this probably technically could have been just a Richard Dragon movie, but again, like in movies past, Batman and Batman just kind of functions as the supervisor to make sure that the other that Richard, Sheba, and Ben don't kill each other. So after coming so, after coming to a Cobra's main island, after Soulbreaker and the Gate have been brought together, Bronze Tiger kind of leads everybody down and straight to where Jeffrey is, until Shaken Faust, who by the way is actually a Snake Man himself, and and uh, and uh, Bronze Tiger and Batman tell Sheba and Richard Dragon to keep going, but it's with a but it's with a little Mace from Batman, a- a- and Bronze Tiger using a little creative thinking that Faust it basically burned to a crisp, literally, and Lady Shiva's ability to just literally take out people but by their pressure points is really something to behold. Anyway, guys, uh, j- um, uh, after the dragons, as Richard dubs them all at the end of the movie. Uh, After they defeat like Lady Eva and and Cobra's other last henchman, King Snake, otherwise known as Sir Edmund, who just happens to be blind. And by the way, Lady Eve, along with Shaken Fist, that that they do and try and captured the gang multiple times throughout the movie. In fact, but luckily, aside from them getting a Soul Breaker back, no real harm comes to the team led by Richard and again supervised by Batman. Anyway, guys, after Lady Eve and King Snake are defeated, J- Cobra makes the decision to sacrifice himself so 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 Naga can be allowed to, to enter the real world for good. But what Cobra doesn't know is the Soul Breaker was forged with dark magic and against the and in the hands of somebody pure of heart and that wants to do good. Um, it'll help you, but in the hands of an evil master, it it basically burns Jeffrey from the inside out, and and the one who really does end up being the vessel that comes out of the gate does in fact happen to be old Sensei himself, although it's just Naga using old Sensei's body and now and knowledge as a martial arts master to easily overpower everybody except for Richard Dragon and not and Naga tries to and Naga says to everybody, "Oh boy, look at this shit right here. This is what's become uh, of old Sensei's last batch of students. Ben, you still haven't learned to control your rage all the way. Shiva, you disappointed old Sensei. You were the one chosen to guard Starbreaker. After defeating Rip in an honorable duel. Um, and Bruce, you're the saddest of all. Be, because you're still the sad sack who's trying to rid the world of all evil. And guys, Naga actually reveals to Richard that he's the one destined to become um, Naga's new vessel and to become and to become the new avatar that will usher in Naga's new reign of destruction. Hence the word. Batman may have had to gather everybody together, but really, Richard Dragon is the one to 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 ultimately kind of in a way of what Aang did to Fire Lord Ozai in the finale of Avatar, with basically one last contact, and the concentration of both their chi. Richard, like, literally forces Naga's spirit, or soul rather, back into the gate. But after he stabs O Sensei's body in the heart, and that gives Richard the opening to force Naga's soul back into the gate. And then O Sensei, with his dying breath, basically tells the group that he's very proud of them, in particular Bruce. And then basically they all argue who should be the one to go into the gate with Naga in order to close it. First, Ben wants to, because he's the one that couldn't kill Cobra when he was a little kid. Then Shiva wants to, because she's the one that lost the sword. Then Richard tells them all, "No, you're crazy. I'm the one that defeated him. This is my job. I'm going to seal the gate." And then Ben says, "What happened to Rice Face?" But by that he means Batman, because of the argument that they got into over the bowl of rice back in the day. And the movie ends with them all being stuck inside the gate, and then Batman saying one more time, "Let's get it on." Meaning, I guess, that they're gonna re-kick Naga's ass in his own prison. So yes, guys, this is a very, very different type of Batman movie. In fact, yes, I agree with the consensus. You could almost pretty much write Batman out of this, but I think at the end of the day, this is a very fun and enjoyable movie. Sorry, guys, as I had to sneeze there. And Bruce and James have already said that if Soul of the Dragon does well, once it's released the 28th of this month, that they already have a sequel lined up and ready to go. And I sure hope we do get it. Batman Soul of the Dragon may not be a Batman-centric movie, but if you're into something like maybe Jackie Chan Adventures or Shaolin Showdown or something like that, I think some people still can get enjoyment out of this. But I personally still, guys, would be very interested in a Batman Soul of the Dragon sequel in some way.